Good morning. The time is 5:29. I'm Madison Pergram.
And I'm Will Puckett on Wednesday, September the 18th. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News this morning. Madison, just another hot day yesterday.
We're getting to the point where breaking records is a good day for us.
It's
Kelly,
just been miserable.
Is it going to be hot? Are we going to have any rain? You said maybe a little chance of rain, though.
Yeah, we do have a very small chance of rain today, and throughout the mountains, I think we will take anything we can get. But we've been breaking records left and right, and today we're going to see those warm temperatures continue throughout the region. Right now, we're off to a pretty calm start, not too much fog outside this morning in the mountains, but overall, we're looking in pretty good shape on this Wednesday. Heading over to satellite and radar, we're not looking at any rain chances throughout the overnight hours or throughout the morning either. We're looking at clear skies throughout the region, and once that sun begins to rise, we will see plenty of it. Now temperatures, we are in those mid 60s for the most part. 65 in London, 63 in Somerset. Jackson a little bit warmer at 66 degrees this morning. So overall, we are off to a pretty comfortable start, but yes, it is going to be yet another warm day, and I will have details on our rain chances here in just a little bit, guys.
Alrighty, Kelly, thank you. Well, country music artist Tyler Childers will ring in 2020 back home in Eastern Kentucky. The Appalachian Wireless Arena announced yesterday that Childers will headline 2 shows at the arena to wrap up the 2019 season. The first show will take place December 28th, and the second will be a New Year's Eve show on December 31st. Fans can likely expect a mix of new and older songs from Childers, including some from his most recent album, Country Squire, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts last month. Arena officials say the announcement is exciting for them and for Tyler Childers, fans across the region.
You do not want to wait. They will sell out. I guarantee you, this is a huge show. This is a big deal. Coming back home, and this time next year, he's probably going to be selling out stadiums.
Ticket sales begin Friday. Purchases can be made online, by phone, and at the Community Trust Bank box office. Well, the state of Kentucky sees an increase in counterfeit money 3 times during the year.
And one of those being festival season, and I talked to a Secret Service agent about what to look for. With festival season underway across the region, the use of counterfeit money becomes an increasing concern.
Counterfeiting, we know, occurs, periodically throughout the year, specifically at festivals.
An issue enhanced by the cash-based interaction between merchants and consumers. United States Secret Service agent Paul Buda stopped by the Hazard Chamber meeting to discuss the issue ahead of the town's Black Gold Festival.
And they count on the anonymity of the crowd to help them move through and pass their counterfeit.
But a couple ways you can identify counterfeit money is to look for security features that are on $5 bills and up.
They're going to have your embedded security thread. The embedded security thread is a little line everybody sees in a note, and it's got the denomination-specific printings.
Bills should also have a 3-dimensional feel. James East, Hazard Deputy Police Chief, says that the goal is to try to make sure no one is getting deceived.
As they are here basically trying to make money, we want to make sure that they're not getting out a whole lot of money by having a lot of counterfeit bills.
Leaving community events like these a welcoming place for both vendors and consumers. And the Secret Service passed out Know Your Money brochures at local police departments. And if you see counterfeit money, you should call your nearest police agency.
Well, 3 men are accused of scamming one Central Kentucky woman out of more than $500,000 in a romance scam. Court documents do not identify the woman, but indicate she is from Nicholasville. A federal indictment alleges that the men targeted the woman through a social media site and that they convinced her she was in a relationship with the man they were impersonating. Court records show the men then convinced her to send more than $700,000 for an investment in gold and silver that did not really exist. The Better Business Bureau says that you should never send some money to someone you have never met in real life.
One Williamsburg man will spend 10 years behind bars in connection with the 2018 murder. Joseph Bauer pleaded guilty in July to facilitation to commit murder and facilitation to commit robbery. Bauer sentenced to 5 years for each charge, and as part of his plea agreement, he agreed to testify against Laura Anderson's actual killer or killers. To this day, her body has not been found, and police have not made any additional arrests.
The jury's verdict has been returned on a child neglect case in Charleston, West Virginia. William Bowen was found guilty on 1 count of child abuse causing death and 1 count of failure to provide medical care for a child resulting in death. The jury recommended mercy on the 2nd count. If it is granted, Bowen will be able to ask for parole for that charge. The conviction stemmed from the death of Lillian Hudson. She was just 8 months old when she died in June of 2018. Bowen's sentencing date is set for November 14th.
And 2 deaths at the VA hospital in Charleston, West Virginia are now being investigated as homicides. No one has been arrested in connection to the deaths of Army Sergeant Felix McDermott and Air Force veteran George Shaw. The investigation has now gone on for more than 15 months, and authorities say one reason why this investigation is taking so long is the sheer number of other cases.
And I am very upset. Basically, we're not getting straight answers. It's taking too long, and we're going to start our own. We have to. We will start our own investigation. We'll bring them in under oath and find out what really happened.
Last summer, an 87-year-old Navy veteran died at the hospital under suspicious circumstances, but that death has not yet been ruled a homicide.
One woman faces charges in West Virginia after being arrested by officials with the Wayne County Sheriff's Drug Enforcement Unit. 36-year-old Brandy Traylor of South Point, Ohio, is charged with conspiracy to distribute heroin along with other drug charges. Investigators say they found crystal meth, heroin, hydrocodone, digital scales, packaging material, along with a host of other drugs and an unspecified amount of cash. Traylor is in custody in the Western Regional Jail without bond.
And officials have identified the person who died while hiking Monday. Members of the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team responded to a fallen climber at Bauer Valley on Monday. The Wolfe County Coroner's Office tells us the victim was 59-year-old Martin Vogel, and Vogel volunteers as a youth climber coach in Lee County at the Recreational Center. The coroner said they checked Vogel's equipment and did not find anything faulty.
2 Laurel County parents face criminal abuse charges after deputies say they found the couple's 4 children living in filth. Deputies say Christopher and Brandy Bowling were being evicted from their home. Photos show the trash filling each room. On their arrest citation, deputies said the house was unfit for living conditions for the couple's 4 children that range in age from 2 to 12.
We actually entered the residence, and when we did, we couldn't believe it. No waste, just a lot of spoiled food and trash everywhere. It's unbelievable to believe that children were living in that set of circumstances.
The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says they never received complaints about the home. The children were put in the custody of social services.
And dry weather has first responders and county officials across Kentucky concerned. The Floyd County Judge Executive's office announced an early burn ban for the county on Tuesday. Prestonsburg Fire Department Chief Mike Brown says all of it takes is one small spark to start a big fire.
Then you would endanger homes, forestry, wildlife, and not including the men and women that have to go out and try to contain the fires.
The State Division of Forestry's daytime burn bans will go into effect for everyone on October 1st. And Floyd County is not alone in already issuing a complete burn ban. We have a list of those counties on our website at WYMT.com.
Well, the number of forest fires is high and continually growing. Day by day, counties are adding burning bans to help control the risk.
And WYMT's Lacey Roberts talked with Kentucky Forestry Division about one of those fires and has more.
The recent high temperatures and lack of rain creates the perfect conditions for forest fires.
Division Forestry.
Jason Hunt, chief forester here in Hazard, says they are doing their best while being short-staffed.
We're just trying to figure out what the active fire is right now and what we're going to do.
Right before 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, he received a call about an ongoing fire on the Floyd-Pike County line.
The fire was discovered by one of our rangers that already had an existing fire in that area. It was about a mile or so away.
Dispatching 2 crews from each county to help.
Currently, it's going to be about 600 acres at this time. So it grew pretty fast. It was several sets along a strip mine.
By the time I arrived, crews managed to contain the fire with just a whiff of smoke left behind.
We have a lot of dry grass and a lot of fine fuels, so it burns rapidly and quick.
While some counties have yet to put a hold on burn bans, Hunt still has a message for everyone.
We're seeing the same conditions all over, so just no burning.
That alone will help contain these fires and keep others safe. Reporting in Perry County, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
With no rain and low humidity all month, officials are asking that people adhere to the bans.
More than $400,000 was awarded to the Somerset Fire Department. Congressman Hal Rogers announced the grant of $430,000 yesterday. The money comes from FEMA and will go towards hiring 4 new full-time firefighters. That allows the department to respond with 3 fire engines when necessary.
And a new lawsuit now filed against Interblu executives asks that the failed battery manufacturing plant pay $30 million in damages, according to the Lexington Herald-Leader reports. The lawsuit filed by DAPCO Investments, an investor group from Florida, calls Interblu a bogus Eastern Kentucky battery plant. The group gave $3 million to Interblu back in 2018. And the suit says the now bankrupt company says its executives pay themselves and took useless trips overseas. Interblu declared bankruptcy earlier this year. They already are facing another lawsuit from a group of Pikeville investors.
A new lawsuit claims the Republican Attorney General candidate is not qualified to run. The lawsuit argues Daniel Cameron does not have the 8 years as a practicing attorney required to run for Attorney General. Cameron was admitted by the Kentucky Bar Association in October of 2011. However, the first 2 years he spent as a clerk for a U.S. district judge. The lawsuit was filed in Jefferson Circuit Court by Joseph Jackson. Cameron faces Democrat Greg Stumbo in November. A statement from Daniel Cameron calls the lawsuit, quote, old school bullying. Well, Kentucky's Democratic Party is calling on the state election board to remove nearly 175,000 registered votes from the inactive list. The list includes people who have not participated in the previous 2 federal election cycles or anyone who has not updated their information within that same time period. But Secretary of State Allison Lundergan-Grimes says she's concerned some of those names shouldn't be inactive. She said that could lead to polling place errors and keeping candidates from canvassing. The list of deactivated names includes both Republicans and Democrats. However, it would not stop you from being able to vote in November.
Coming up, some famous horses are visiting the Commonwealth. We'll take a look at the festivities straight ahead.
Another day of heat in the mountains, but today we throw in a slight rain chance. I'll have details on what to expect today coming up next.